Hi, welcome to my first ever official video essay. Let's dive straight into this. I will also put some gameplay footage to the background, so it probably will be Valorant gameplay. Enjoy of that if you are into watching. You could also just listen. Job seeking. I think we have all heard of that concept before. Some might even have some experience with it. That word combination usually has negative connotations, especially when talked about here on the internet. But to be fair, there is some bias since algorithms and we humans seem to favor emotionally packed stories more than those of a neutral tone. And negativity is one hell of a drug. So this little video essay's topic is how to survive the modern job market. First of all, I will have to admit it's a tad bit ironic that it's me who is speaking about this, since I'm somewhat still in the middle of seeking a job myself. But I do wish you would hear me out here. I think I have at least somewhat been able to retain my sanity throughout all of this. Though that might depend on who you are asking. Winky face. Good guides usually break stuff down to simple steps, so I thought, let's just do that. You could write the answers to these down somewhere, on a paper or your phone, memos. Or just think of them. Okay, let's start. Step 1. Map out your goals. What do you expect to get out of this process? Do you want a job or perhaps to eye out the market and see what possibilities lie out there? Also, think of a time frame. Do you have plenty of time to scope out the best offers? Or are you in a hurry to get anything that would pay the bills and keep a roof over your head? Step 2. What are your limitations? I like to approach things from the point of view of what I don't want to do. Nothing illegal that would get me in trouble and into the courtroom. The workplace also needs to be easily accessible to me by a public transport or bike. I don't personally own a car, nor am I willing to take a loan for one. I have strong morals that I simply cannot compromise on. I don't prey on young people or people in vulnerable positions, nor am I that willing to lie. I also expect to be compensated fairly and value my free time. Some of these will definitely be tested, so think about what are you willing to compromise on. Next is map out what you can do and cannot do. If you are a wheelchair bound, you simply can't change that light bulb on the ceiling. I think this is a tricky one, since at least some of us tend to downplay ourselves. I am fully aware some lean in the completely other direction and think they are able to do anything and everything all the time. I don't see the latter one being as big of a problem when it comes to job hunting, but it's important to get a realistic picture so that at least you know when you are bullshitting. We don't want to gaslight ourselves, only those who are interviewing us. Remember, we are humans and thus possess the ability to learn. What you can do now, you might be able to do in the future. Who can tell? And sometimes you simply cannot know if you can or can't do something unless you try it. Okay. You have done well. Now let's take a break. Here I made you some hot chocolate. Take it. Take it. Okay, relax. Slowly breathe in through the nose. Sorry, I have a little flu. And slowly release the air through the mouth. Okay, break time is over. Back to work. Step 3. Take action. Now look at those job openings and see what they require. Do you think you would like to work somewhere and could do the job but see no openings? It's not out of the question, even in modern days, to just ask if they would be in need of a helping hand and let them know that you even exist. Do you tick at least around half of the most relevant requirements? Or possibly even less if it's a niche job? Apply to it. Craft a letter and your CV. Be mentally prepared to repeat the same information multiple times from here on out. Your application might not even be looked at. To be real, nobody can promise it will be. So try not to take it personally. Increase your chances by contacting the company you are applying to personally outside of this whole application process. Is there a specific phone number that you could call to? How about an email address of the person responsible for the recruiting process? I think that would be the best bet. And if you are not starting to hear back from them, at least then reach out and politely ask if you could get an update about the position, or if they have already found someone else. But hey, best of luck keeping your spirit up. I know it sucks getting no answers, but there is high possibility of that happening. Let's move to step 4. Keep things organized. Do a spreadsheet. List the places, dates, and where you have applied. Check whether you have gotten an answer or not, and if and when you got back to them for a second time. You don't want to be sending those applications by accident from different platforms to the same position. Though I think that would even be a good thing. But still, good to keep track, especially if you are all-day job hunting and you have multiple places you are waiting to hear back from. Okay, next step, step 5. Repeat step 3 as many times as needed. Remember to take breaks to keep your spirits up and try not to get too cynical. Sometimes no matter what you do, you end up jobless, and it is important to not let your job or lack of it define you as a human being. And not every job can be the dream job. Some are just stepping stones to the next opportunities, or you do them only to sustain yourself while working on something more important in your life. Also be wary of tunnel vision. When we do the same thing over and over with the same mindset, we can't expect somewhat different outcome. Take a look around you. There are people switching from prestigious, high-paying jobs to be a supermarket cashiers in search of something less stressful. Cleaners without formal education, running their own cleaning companies, making more than a night shift nurse, who in turn finds great meaning in helping others, even if they might not earn that much. And if you can't find a job fitting to your expertise, how about trying to create that by becoming an entrepreneur? Options, people. We usually have those.